Hello there. For this problem, it is another one of the Kaplan math tests, or math quizzes, quiz number 3, questions 9 and 10. Let's try to do this as quickly as possible. It's an involved problem, but we'll see here. Okay, so both these problems, I don't know why there's not a 9 there. Okay, this is problem number 9. Both these problems feed off of each other, so let's do 9 first. Okay, it says, what is the ratio of number of quarters in which the profits were greater than the 2-year mean or average profit compared to those that were less than the mean? All right, well, this should hopefully be pretty straightforward. We have 8 different quarters being represented here, right? This is 60, 85, 56, all that. To find the average or the mean, we just add up all those numbers together and divide by 8. And I'll let you do this as an exercise with a calculator, but you should end up with something like 524 should be the sum of all these. Divide that by 8, we should end up with 66. Okay? So the average is going to be, the average profit is going to be 66. And then the question is, what is the ratio of the numbers that were above the mean and compared to those that were below? The way that we figure this out is, let's just list all the profit, the profits in order from least to greatest. I'll do this in orange. Let's see. So it looks like the smallest is 46, and then 48, and then looks like 56, and then 60, what is it, 65, 68, and then we have, what do we got next? We got 79, 81, 85. Okay, so again, our average is supposed to be 66. The question is, how many are above that? How many of these data points are above that, and how many are below? Well, it looks like we've got 4 that are below that average, and 4 that are above that average. So that means the ratio of above to below is going to be 4 to 4, or you can just kind of reduce that 1 to 1. Basically, there's as many profit years or quarters above the average as there are below. So the answer would be 1 to 1. Okay, we're going to need that for this next question here. Let's look at this one. Okay, so this one says, all right, what if the median, let's clear this out a little bit. It says, what if the median, the new median is 5 million higher than the median of the data that was originally reported, and how that would change things. Okay, so first off, let's figure out what would be the median of the original data. Remember, the median is just going to be the middle number in our data set. In this case, we have 8 numbers, so the middle number is going to be somewhere right here. And the way that you find the median is you just simply calculate the average of the 2 middle numbers. So all I have to do is do 65 plus 68 and divide that by 2. All right, to find the number right in between. And that would give you, check me on your calculators, but that would give me a median of 66.5. Okay, so then it's saying, all right, well, what if that was wrong? If it was actually, instead of being 66.5, it was actually 5 million higher. So that means corrected median, put that in green, new median is supposed to be 5 million higher than that, so that it would actually be 71.5. So that would mean the middle number, instead of being 66.5, should be 71.5. Okay? All right, let's take this. And it says, it also changed it. We're going to come back to that in a moment. So then, which of the following could be the corrected data? The quarter 1 should have been 78, or quarter 4 should have been 75, or either, or neither. Well, let's go down the list. Okay, so it looks like B is highlighted as the correct answer, but we'll just check that for a minute. So let's try this. Quarter 1 of 2013. Well, quarter 1 of 2013, that's this one right here, 68. So instead of being 68, it says that should have been 78. So let me set that up just quickly. If that was 78, then the new list of numbers would be 46, 48, 56, 65, 78, 79, 81, 85. Okay, well, let's just check to see if that would even work. Would that be the, these are still the 2 middle numbers. What's the median here? Well, if you use a calculator, add up 65 and 78. Well, actually, just do this quickly. Let me just show you. 65 plus 78 is equal to that. Divide that by 2. That gets us to 71.5, which is supposed to be our new median, right? So that seems to check out. That is giving us a median of 71.5. Well, if we do the same thing for quarter for quarter 4, that would give us a list of numbers like so. Let's put this down here. That would mean if quarter 4, instead of being 65, that it's 75, let's see what we get. If we arrange these, we get 46, 48, 56, 75, right? Instead of 65, it's 75. 75, oh, actually, hold on. I made a mistake here. Then if this is 75, then we have to put the 68 first, right? Because 60 in the original numbers, we have a 68 there. But if I made 65 into 75, that would be in front of it. So if I'm ranking them in order, this is what we would do. 75, 79, 81, 85. Okay, but again, our two middle numbers are here. So the median is just going to be the average of those. And just check it, right? We can just do a calculator. 68 plus 75 divided by 2. That is also, verify this, that is also going to give us 71.5. So both of these work, right? Quarter 1 gives us 78. That'll give us the median of 71.5. So does this one. So it looks like our answer choice should be C, right? Either of those changes could be correct. But here's the problem. Here's the issue, though, is that it also said it changed the ratio, right? So instead of half of the numbers being half of the values being below the average compared to half of them being below, we need that to change. So let's just check this. Okay, so what is going to be the average if we change from our original data set, right, which was 46, 48, 56, this thing right up here. If we change it to one of those things here, what is going to be the new average? Well, if you think about it, in both of these cases, we've increased one of the values by 10, right? So look at A. Quarter 1 of 2013 was originally 68. They want it to be 78, so that's a plus 10, right? We added 10 million to our profit margin. And then this one also should have been 75. It was originally 65, but we also added 10. So remember, the original number that we had was, if you added up all these data points from the beginning, it was 524. But in both of these situations here, we've increased one of those data points by 10. So that would indicate that our new average should be 534, divided by 8, right? Just pause that for a moment if that confuses you and just think about it, okay? But that would mean, okay, so our new average, so I'm going to just say new average should be, you can check this on the calculator, but it should be 60, what is it? What is this? Actually, you know what? I forgot what this is supposed to be. Hold on a second. What is this going to be? 534 divided by 8. What do we get? 534 is 66.75. All right, so 66.75. Okay, that's our new average. So now here's our question. How many, given the green, let's look at the green and the blue. Which of these has a different proportion than half of them being below 66.75 and half of them being above? Let's look at the top one for a minute. Well, how many? Let's count how many are below. I'm going to mark this with little red X's here. Okay, so the X is going to represent below, and a check sign is going to be above. So while that's below 66.75, so is that, and so is that. This one is above, 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 above. So look at this. In this situation, half of the data points are below the new average, 66.75, and half of them are above. But that means it's the same ratio. So that's out. We want the ratio. It says the ratio needs to change. Okay, so that can't be right, but let's look at this one. How many of these are below 66.75 and how many are above? Well, that's below, 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 above, right? Above, 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 above. This one has a ratio of 5 above to 3 below. Hence, changes the ratio. It's no longer 1 to 1. It's not equal. Same above, same below. Now it's more above compared to less below. So our answer choice has to be B. I know this went on a little bit long, but hopefully this makes sense. So this was a tricky problem. Let me know if you need some further analysis or other, what other questions or complaints you might have. All right. Peace.